Lacey here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my November favorites. As always, I have tons of stuff to talk to you guys about in a whole variety of categories and some things you might not normally expect to see on these, but I like these videos because it's basically a massive show and tell, and I don't know why we stopped doing this in like 5th grade, but like I miss it. Like hands up if you miss it. Because I think showing people fun things that you're enjoying is one of the highlights of my life. I just really enjoy talking about the things that I love and I'm playing with and I'm having fun with. So I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but I really want to talk about YouTube favorites first because I completely forgot this category last month. So I have last month's and this month's to talk about. So I have my notes in my traveler's notebook and I'm going to dive in. So YouTube favorites last month. So a couple of people made anti-haul videos, which made me super excited because I love seeing VRs to my anti-haul. It's really fun to see what people are passing up on because I think we get a lot of inundation in this sort of tarot tube world of what we are buying and what we want and what we're wishing for, but we don't always get as much of the things that we're passing on or that we're getting rid of, and I think that this is helpful for people who are looking for things. What's hilarious though is that I don't think that everybody who watches my anti-hauls agrees with me. In fact, I've gotten tons of feedback that people watch my anti-hauls sometimes to figure out what stuff they might want to pick up. So it totally just depends, but I really, really love hearing what other people are passing up on and why, and it kind of helps me to think more critically about that stuff. I'm rambling. But I wanted to shout out Sunset Bow Tarot because Sarah over there did an anti-haul, and also a Meadowlark Mystic also did an anti-haul that I spotted. So I wanted to shout you two out. Thank you so much for doing an anti-haul. Check out those videos. I'll try to remember to have them linked in the description box down below. But the channel names are Sunset Bow Tarot and Meadowlark Mystic. I also wanted to shout out a YouTube channel that I think has been around for a while by the name of Tarot Oracle. So it's all one word, Tarot Oracle. He has started doing monthly tarot news videos, which I have been really, really, really enjoying. He recaps a lot of the things that are coming out on mass market or independent decks that he's heard about. He talks about different walkthroughs and things like that that he has found on YouTube in that past month or for the upcoming month. And it's just been really neat to see a video that sort of coalesces or brings together all of the different little bits and pieces that a lot of us hear about if we really have our ear to the ground of what's going on in the tarot world. So it's really fun. If you want to be up to date on like new mass market decks coming out, that sort of thing, make sure you check out Tarot Oracle's channel because he has been putting out those tarot news updates at least once a month for the past few months, and I've just been really, really enjoying them. And he's also working on an Oracle deck right now, so you may want to check that out as well. I also wanted to talk about Fables Den. So that's Kim. She's the creator of the Way of the Panda Tarot, and she did a VR to the top 5 shadow work decks. That kind of came about actually because I had made a video about top 5 shadow decks, and she like messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, I was gonna do a video like that, let me do a VR, and asked me to make it a tag. So I did. She did a VR. I haven't spotted any other VRs to that one, but I haven't really looked, to be honest. So if you have done a VR to the top 5 shadow work decks, link it to me down below and I will take a look at it. But I really enjoy, I just love seeing VRs. I think they're really fun. I try to do some of them, but I often get to them really, really late. But if you know of any really cool VRs that are floating around, let me know down below. Sometimes I like to do those when I have time, and I like to add them to my list. And I might do them like way far in the future, but I'll still do them. So what else did I have on YouTube from last month? I think that might have been it for last month. This month, I wanted to talk about 3 Fat Readers. We did, so if you don't know, 3 Fat Readers is a collab channel or a collaborative channel between myself, Danny over at Danny Mystic, and Dustin at Modern Metaphysic Man. The 3 of us talk really, really regularly, kind of off of the YouTube space, and we decided to bring our group chit chat to the YouTube space, and we created 3 Fat Readers. This past month, we did a VR to hashtag 11 paranormal questions. It was super fun. And right around the same time, we were chatting with my wife Peggy, who then also decided to thankfully create her own channel, and she now has a channel called Peggy's Paranormal Ponderings, which is just really fun alliteration. Can we just pause for a moment and appreciate that? Whoever came up with that, because I think it came up during one of our live chat discussions, brilliant. I love it. I hope she never changes it, although she might, because those things kind of happen. But her channel is basically all about discussions on all things paranormal. So ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot. She's already had 2 live chats at the time I'm filming this. So she's had a live chat on Bigfoot, and she's had a live chat on the Roswell UFO incident. They're super fun. They happen on Sunday evenings at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. I will definitely link her channel up in the cards so you can click it easily. And it's the little eye. I say cards, but it's the little eye button up there. If it doesn't pop out, you can click the eye and it'll be in there. But please check it out. It's been really fun, and I think she might be starting to put up a little bit of video content as well as live streams, so take a peek when you get a chance. She just did her own VR to #11paranormalquestions also. So that's a big YouTube favorite, and I totally lost my notes because I got chatting and then I have to find them again. Okay, what else did I have? Because I can't rely on my memory because that's not gonna happen. So also, oh yes, there was a video I stumbled on YouTube called I Left Her. This is by a YouTuber by the name of Tyler Shelton. I believe he is a filmographer of some kind, like by trade, like that's his thing that he does. It was a really powerful video about eating disorders and his experience with his now wife, I believe. I will link that video down below. It's incredibly emotional and incredibly powerful, and I highly recommend it. Video content like that is sometimes hard to find here in this vast YouTube space, but there are some really powerful videos that you can find, and this one was recommended to me and I watched it and I was like bawling, and it was good. It was really good. So if you get a chance, check it out. And I feel like all's fair because a couple of you out there have definitely recommended some very tear-jerky animated shorts to me in the past that have had me bawling. So I feel like I need to share the love. What else do I have here? Oh yes, and of course, it's December, which at the time I'm filming this, which means that my 21 days of Yule has just started. In fact, I'm filming this on Monday, December 2nd, so today was the second one. You guys, when I tell you I am so excited to be doing this, you have no idea. And the feedback that has been coming in so far has made me feel really validated that it was a good decision and that this is something that you guys are enjoying. There's been a lot of really great feedback from people who are like, you know, I couldn't get an advent calendar this year, and this is a really fun way for me to get in the festive season. And essentially, if you don't know, 21 Days of Yule is my offering. It's kind of like a video advent leading up to Yule. And so every day there's a surprise video. I've been putting the videos up at, I believe, 11 a.m. Pacific or 11:30 Pacific. I can't remember. But around that time, I've been putting them up every single day, and there will be a new video every single day all the way through December 21st, which is the winter solstice or Yule. And it's a lot of fun to put this together, and then seeing the videos go out each day and seeing how you guys react and respond has been really cool so far. So it's definitely up there in my faves. Had to mention it. I hope you check it out. I do have a playlist that is slowly growing with all of the days, so you can get caught up really easy if you want to do that. Okay, so that's YouTube faves, and I've been talking for 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Also, I have a delicious cold soda, and it is amazing. Okay, let's talk about food. So I have only a few things to talk about. 2 of them you've seen before, but I want to talk about them again because I have been enjoying them. One is I am still loving the buttermint tea, which in Canada anyway, if you get it online, which is the only place I've been able to find it so far, off Amazon.Canada, it's called Peppermint and Creamy Vanilla by Twinings. This is delicious. It is an herbal tea, so it's a tisane, not a tea. So there's no actual tea in it. It is delicious. It's pepperminty, it's vanilla-y. It literally tastes like a peppermint cake or something. Like, it's just creamy and delicious. Keep in mind that I add vanilla creamer to basically all of my teas unless they're particularly acidic. So that makes it extra desserty, but it's so good. The other one, which I have still been loving, is the Serenity Tea by Lipton. It looks like this. This one is basically lavender, chamomile, and cinnamon. And it's just really, really lovely for right before bed. I should drink a gallon of this tonight because I didn't sleep good last night and I'm a little overtired. So if I seem extra hyper, that's what I'm like when I'm overtired. So good luck to you for the rest of this video. May the odds be ever in your favor. Other food things I wanted to mention are Costco holiday cookies. So Peggy and I went to Costco a couple times this past month, and the first trip to Costco we went, they had their all butter shortbread cookies in the bakery section, which I adore. The Costco all butter shortbreads are incredible. They're fresh baked, they're like melt in your mouth, like they're really buttery. They're delicious. You can get a little shortbreaded out on them because they are so rich, but they're so good. If you love a good, plain, simple shortbread, like a really good butter shortbread, the Costco ones, top notch. The other Costco cookies we got this last trip, which I think I have almost exclusively devoured. I think Steve helped me a little bit, but they are the gingerbread cookies. I think they call them ginger spice, but they're a gingerbread cookie with like crystallized sugar sprinkled all over them. They're a little bit chewy, a little bit soft. They're just, oh, they're out of this world. And I love a good fresh baked ginger cookie, but ask me if I want to take the time to bake a fresh baked ginger cookie. Not so much. So Costco to the rescue. I have been really enjoying them. I think I have one left and it's in a special container at work so that I can have it tomorrow. And then they're all done until we go back to Costco, which may be soon because I miss them already. So that is my food faves. Oh, I put my notes down. See, this is what happens. So that was food. Let's talk about movies. There's only one really that I can remember watching this month besides documentaries with Peggy. We did watch no less than 2 documentaries on Bigfoot in advance of her last live chat, which was really fun. But I did go to see with my friend Frozen 2 this month. You guys, the Frozen movies are really different and special, I think, in the Disney franchise, which I think there's a reason why they just take off. Or have taken off. They're so good. And I have to tell you, just, you know, between you, me, and the rest of the internet who might be watching this video, but there's a scene in the movie, if you really want to avoid any potential spoilers, just skip ahead like 30, 40 seconds. But there's a scene where Elsa is singing a song, and I swear I'm sitting there with my friend in the theater, and I was convinced that Elsa was singing a song about her, like a soulmate, like a romantic love, and I was convinced it was going to be a woman. And I got real excited because I was like, are we going to have our first lesbian Disney princess? Is that happening right now? And then it didn't happen. Just so you know. Spoilers over. All clear. I didn't really give too much away, but no, Elsa is not a lesbian as far as I know. Although I'm pretty sure anybody who is really into like following the Disney franchise and is really waiting for that was just on the edge of their seat like me, because those lyrics and that scene, it really got my hopes up. Needless to say, the movie was still super cute. It had a lot of really great spiritual and pagan themes. I was talking with, very briefly with Erica at Raw Spirit about it, and it's got this great nature, harmony with the world kind of vibe running through it, which is really great. I love movies like that. They just make me really happy, and I just love a good Disney film anyway, so I was pretty pleased with that one. I don't know what the next one is that we're gonna be seeing. We try to see a good, like, animated kids movie about once a month. I think we've got another one on the go. I just can't remember which one. I'll have to touch base with her and find out. I lost my page again because I got excited talking about Frozen, and I talk with my hands and I'm holding my book open with my hands. I feel like I need a better setup. All right, so magic, I don't have anything in this category because I didn't do any like major spell work this month. I have been working a lot with my magical oils, using them to set intentions, using them when I'm doing readings, using them when I need a boost of protection or a boost of inspiration or focus. I use the oils a lot in my day-to-day life, but there haven't been any big workings for me this past month, and I didn't have a big ritual that I filmed in November. So my last ritual would have been my Witch's Roots unboxing and my Samhain ritual, which if I remember, I will link down below or up above. That was the last one that I did. I'll probably be doing another one in December near the end of the month. It's a good time of year to do sort of analysis of the year and setting intentions for the upcoming calendar year. So I enjoy doing that. I may do that, we'll see. Crystals. There are two that I want to talk about, although I've been playing with a lot of crystals this month. I really have been enjoying my Enhydro Agate. So I'm going to say that slow because I talk really fast, I'm sorry. Enhydro, so it's E-N-H-Y-D-R-O, Enhydro Agate, are agates that have water trapped inside. And the crystal has somehow managed to form around that water. So you can imagine this water is very, very, very old. And if it were to escape, would probably make you very, very sick. But it is inside the stone, and I lucked out and found one this past summer that has a giant, like this whole thing is almost an air bubble inside, and the water is inside this dome. Normally, when you find an Enhydro Agate, you need to shine a light on it and kind of find the little bubble moving around to know that it has water. But this crystal, like when you shake it, you can hear the water. I'm gonna see if I can do it near the microphone. Hold on. I don't know if that worked. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below, but you can hear the water gurgling around and splashing around inside, which to me is incredible. I paid a pretty penny for this crystal, but it makes me feel very connected to sort of ancient primordial sea, to the ocean. It just feels deeply connecting, and it is a very soothing stone for me because I am a water baby, and I love this. I love this. So this is like forever a favorite, but I've been reaching for it a lot. It typically lives on my altar. I've got a deity altar up there, and it usually lives up there. I have a lot of ocean inspired type of items that I keep in that space, but I've been reaching for it a lot lately. The other crystal I wanted to talk about that I've used a couple times for client readings and then just also for myself is this Heartstone wand that I have had for quite a long time. This is Ruby and Kyanite, I believe. Or no, Ruby and Fuchsite. No, this is Ruby and Fuchsite. So the inclusions there are ruby, forgive the ink on my fingers. But this is just a really wonderful healing stone. It's really wonderful for heart-centered work of any kind, and I find it to be really soothing and nurturing. Are you sensing a theme? Soothing, nurturing stones were definitely my go-to this past month. I don't think I have any herbs to talk about. No, no herbs. But I have been working with a couple of aromatherapy things. Oh my gosh, I'm completely covered. The ink is because I keep touching my traveler's notebook where all my notes are, and I don't use water-fast inks, so my fingers smear it. I get ink all over my fingers when I'm doing my favorites. Anyways, I try to get back on track here. So I ordered some of these empty inhaler tubes from Amazon. I think it came with like 16, and I made a couple of these little aromatherapy inhalers. So these are just like this top part screws off, and there's some holes in the top. There we go. And the bottom part opens up, and it's hard to do like on the fly, but the bottom part opens up and there's like a wicking material, and you drop your essential oils on that, and you essentially have an inhaler. So I made two, one each, well, I made two of each, one for me and one for Peggy, of a breathe blend that has eucalyptus and peppermint, and a relax blend that has lavender and ylang ylang. And they're really nice. What I like to do is just kind of like wave it around under my nostrils, take a few deep breaths. The lavender one is really great for calming and soothing, obviously. And this one will clear your sinuses in a freaking heartbeat. I made it pretty potent. So it's very high up on, like there's a lot of eucalyptus oil on these wicks, on this wick. These things last a long time and you can recharge them, but it came with enough to make a ton of different blends. So I've really been enjoying these the past month. Books. Oh my gosh, I'm smearing so much stuff. That's why there's ink all over my fingers. Okay. I've only got one book I want to talk about because I haven't been doing a ton of reading this past month, but I am almost finished with Unicorn on a Roll, which is book 2 in the Phoebe and her Unicorn Adventure series. This is a comic book type book based on, I think, what was initially a web series. My friend, the one I go see the kids movies with, got me the first one of these, and I am now like literally at the very tail end of the second. I enjoy these so much. Like literally when I sit down and start to read them, I can't stop. So like I tend to read them in 1 or 2 sittings. I've had like 1.5 sittings with this book and I'm almost done. I definitely want book 3. I have a feeling this is gonna be a trend. They make me laugh like out loud. And there's not a lot of books that do that, but I mean like the comics are really clever. The humor is right up my alley. It doesn't feel childish. It feels relatable in a lot of ways. Yes, the main character is a kid, but I don't know. I still really love it. So really enjoying that. Let's talk about decks and then random, because random I'm a little bit all over the place because, well, random. So my very favorite deck of the past month, and I have a feeling it's going to be a favorite for a long time to come, is This Might Hurt. I've been talking about this a lot lately. The This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman is just an absolutely stunning Rider-Waite-Smith based deck. It's very, very diverse. I love the imagery. I can't stop reaching for it when it comes to client readings. I've reached for this almost exclusively, not entirely. I have used a couple of other decks for clients this month, but this has been my main go-to. It's the one that I most want to reach for when I'm reading for clients. It's so dang relatable. And I feel like it's modern and it's fresh and it doesn't alienate. It's inclusive in really great ways and innovative ways. And I think it's just a really, really special deck. And it's one like I love that 6 of Swords. And I'm starting to get to know the images really, really well because I've been working with it so much and I just am loving it. I think that this is just a gem. It's an absolute gem. I will be amazed if this deck does not get picked up by a mass market publisher, should Isabella actually want to release it mass market. But like, publishers, call her because this is good and it needs to be on the shelves. It's just a really, really fantastic deck. And check out your local metaphysical store because sometimes they can bring these in. So it's worth asking because sometimes they can place a wholesale order and bring them in and then it'll be more places, which is amazing because it's very special. And I love it. Another favorite deck this month, particularly for client work, has been my Roots and Wings. I may have talked about this in a previous favorites. This deck reads, I'm just taking the title cards off. It's a rose petal finish, which makes the cards kind of stick together a little bit, but I love this finish. The thing about this deck is that it's very soft and there's something about the way the artwork is done that makes it feel very intuitive. I feel like I sink into these images and I get so much from them. I love just throwing cards down on the table in groups and seeing where my intuition takes me. Sometimes I'll just pull a couple of cards, but most of the time I'll put them down in 2s or 3s and let my intuition go. And it's just been a really powerful deck to work with. It's been wonderful for clarifying in client readings. It's been really good. I love it. It's another independent one. Another favorite from this past month has been Denise Lynn's Sacred Destiny Oracle. So I just talked about this in a weekly deck review, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but it seems to be all pretty much sacred landscape and like plant life and animal life, but it's mostly focused on sort of an overall theme or landscape. So it's stunning. I feel like I showed a lot of these same cards in my last video about this deck, but oh, look at that. This is artwork that just pulls you right in and makes you feel like you're a part of it. And I love the borders on this deck for some reason. It feels almost like I'm looking at like a Polaroid photo or something, but like a really good Polaroid photo, because we all know that Polaroid photos are not the crispest. Crispest? Yeah, I don't know how that word's supposed to sound, but I don't think that's it. Another deck that I wanted to talk about is the Earthbound Oracle, but I'm still putting away my Sacred Destiny. There we go. Okay, Earthbound Oracle. Peggy put it in a little mini bag for me. Thank you, Peggy. It's this little guy. This is by Skull Garden, Andrew Schwartz. It is so great to read for clients. Again, it's really wonderful. You can pull 2 or 3 cards. It gets right to the heart of the matter. It doesn't mess around. It's really direct and expansive. Love, 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 love. And honorable mention to, first of all, check out this adorable underwear bag, like panties bag. Look at that. This is my Sledist Tarot. Content warning because I'm going to show a few images and they're definitely very grown up. But this is a very empowering deck, and I expected this to be a novelty deck, but it has turned out to have some really potent messages, and I've been really enjoying working with it. So honorable mention to that. I've been keeping it by the bedside and just drawing a card here or there and then like reading about it in its electronic guidebook, and I've been really enjoying the messages I've been getting from that one. Okay, randoms. I have so many things. Let's see if I can narrow it down. Well, thematically, because we're now in December, I feel like I can mention this. I'm probably going to mention it again for my December favorites, but I guess I can't mention it for my... Never mind. Sorry. Vague YouTubing. Watch for that in December because it'd be cheating if I mention it now. Moving along. I do want to talk about some beauty and body care kind of things. Is that all of what I've got in this section? It is. So if you don't want to hear about beauty and body care kind of things, then you could be done now. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. But if you're curious, hang out because I have a few fun things to talk about. I have been playing with makeup. A lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos. Thank you so much. I do makeup for fun. It's never something that I want to feel obligated to do or like I must do to be presentable in any way because I'm all about that take me as I am kind of vibe. But I've been really enjoying playing lately, and part of what rekindled my interest and excitement in makeup lately is two really exciting products that came out, so I'm going to talk about those real quick. The first is this eyeshadow palette by Tati Beauty. Now, when I got into YouTube and makeup on YouTube, really makeup was my gateway to YouTube if I'm being completely honest, Tati Westbrook was a channel that I followed religiously. I loved her, I found her very relatable, and I was so kind of oddly emotional when she launched her color cosmetics brand in November. This is a beautiful palette. This is her first one. I don't know what she's got coming out next, but she's got another product coming soon. But this is like the perfect, like I think everybody to do whatever you want kind of eyeshadow palette. There's like a giant mirror back here. But what's neat about this, it's called Textured Neutrals Volume 1, but it's got like everything you need. I feel like it's got cool tones, it's got warm tones, it's got neutrals, and then it's got a little pop of like berry tones, which is great for holiday, and these really nice light colors. What's neat about this, and I'm sorry if I'm geeking out a bit, is that she made basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she basically made 6 shades and then made them in 4 different finishes. So there's matte, sequin, which is like matte with like these really pretty like sparkly glitters in them, metallic, and then this top row is like incredible glitter, and the camera does not do them justice, but they are beautiful. If you saw my makeup look in my What's in My Tarot Tote video, that was me using primarily these 2 rows, or columns rather, right here, which is the Aura and the Poet shade, like columns, and they were really fun, and they're really easy to work with, and these are great. If you are new to like big eyeshadow palettes, this is one that I think would be a go-to. Okay, I'm running out of time. Okay, I'm gonna be quick. This one is the one that took the entire makeup YouTube community by storm. So Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson collaborated on a palette. This is basically Shane Dawson's creation. There's a whole YouTube documentary series talking about the creation of this palette and the whole thing. It's a whole rabbit hole to fall into, let me tell you, but it was so much fun to watch this thing being created and watch it coming to life. This is what it looks like as far as the shades go. It is a lot of fun. So if you saw my eyeshadow look in 3 Fat Readers when I did sort of greens and yellows, I used a lot of the shades from this palette. I've done a few things with this one lately. So if you've been looking at my eyeshadow lately, these are pretty much the 2 things that have been inspiring me and getting me to do lots of looks. They also came out with some other products, and I did get this red lipstick from that collection, from the Shane Dawson collection. This is called Are You Filming? It smells like root beer. And it's basically my perfect red. So if you see me wearing red lips, you'll see this shade is what I'm wearing during my 21 days of Yule intro videos. I love this color. It's a lot of fun, and I'm not always very confident about reds, but this one is a good one. And lastly, I threw it on the ground. Lastly, in my beauty favorites, I have this Lavender and Amber Foaming Body Scrub. I actually keep this on the side of the sink and use it for my hands. And, oh, I just threw it on the bed. But you put a little bit of this in your dry hands, add a little tiny bit of water. Well, this is how I use it. You can use it on your whole body too. Scrub up my hands. It foams up really beautifully. It is lovely. And finally, this Laneige sleeping mask, which I've been loving. This is for your lips. Put it on at night, go to bed, wake up with really, really nice lips. It's amazing. I love it. And that is a wrap, you guys. I would love to hear about your favorites down below. Hit me up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.